My name's John Phillips. I'm a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel. I was field artillery officer and a comptroller, money guy. Spent 20 years in the Army, and I've been a veteran advocate ever since I retired for about 26 years now in the Atlanta area. I was also a civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army for Georgia for 5 years. Now I do what I focus my time on right now is I do legislative work for the VFW of Georgia. HB 108, as it stands today, does not have four really key areas. One is accountability of whoever the veteran signs an agreement with that they will help them out. There's no accountability. There's no accreditation. So there's actually federal law that says anybody that does this type of work has got to be accredited. The other thing is limits on what is being charged. So the way the bill is right now, it's charged 5 times. And then the last one is penalties. For those bad players out there, and there are several, when they're bad players out there, they got to get penalized. And they need to be slapped pretty hard in order for them to stop what they're doing.
My name is Bill Miles. I'm the Department of Georgia Veterans of Foreign Wars State Commander. I was elected in June of this year, and I will hold the position till the second weekend in June next year. And I have the honor of holding that position. I'm a Desert Storm, Desert Shield veteran. I served in Afghanistan and 4 tours in Iraq. I also served in Bosnia and Kosovo, which qualifies me for the VFW. You know, change is good, as long as it, in my book, as long as it benefits our veterans and their families. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Veterans and their families and their benefits that they earned. Not that they deserve, they earned. You have plenty of resources already of accredited service officers who can walk that veteran and their family through the process and get them the benefits they earned. To me, it's very important to protect our veterans and their families so they know up front that there are free services. And if they choose to go with a company outside of Georgia Department of Veteran Services, great. The key to that is they've got to be accredited. If they're not accredited, we're not doing just our veterans and their families.
My name is Robert Capavilla. I'm the CEO of Capavilla Williams. We are proud to represent our veterans and our service members all across the country. And I'm very, very proud to join the Georgia VFW speaking out against House Bill 108 and the dangers that that bill could potentially present to our veterans all over this wonderful state. The VA has a very sound and solid accreditation process already in place that's designed to ensure that the representatives and the attorneys that are working with these veterans are properly vetted, that they have the veterans' best interest at heart, and that they're doing things the right way. We have to make sure that there's a transparent process, because if it's not transparent, what happens? The veteran will get taken advantage of. They will come out of pocket for things they shouldn't come out of pocket. They will pay for things they shouldn't have to pay for. At Capavilla Williams, we have a lot of our folks, if they're not veterans, they're married to an active duty service member, they're married to a veteran. The sacrifice that the families put in is tremendous. You move every 3 or 4 years. You deal with deployments. They deal with hardships that most Americans simply don't deal with. And so we have to understand that when we're talking about legislation that deals with veterans and veterans benefits, it's important to get it right, and it's important to put the interests of those veterans and their families above everything else. That's got to be number one.